Good morning to everybody. Yesterday we were together and listened nearly the same topics from England and here about the insurance and the purchasings. And I am the expert for Apprasial seagoing vessels. And I will try to explain what we do in Turkey regarding the vessel valuation and surveys. I will try to give you general information, then international marine law regulations, organization and operation of a vessel, regulation for the appraisal companies, appraisal survey steps, and appraisal techniques. Finally, we shall reach the conclusions of our presentation of today. Now, we talk about mobility, ships, vessels, sailing all around the world, not local, not country-based. So this is a operations of worldwide. As you know that the body of ours is 75% is water. Also the world is 75% is water. So we can imagine the importance of water and the vessels sailing on it. Also, 90% of world trade goods are carried by the ships. And 23rd of world service charges are made logistic services. Besides, nearly 5.5 million tons cargo are carried in this way by the vessel. A vessel is made of thousands of elements collected from worldwide and produced the place called shipyards. Yesterday we get some informations about the shipyards, Korean shipyards, and Chinese shipyards, Russian shipyards. Also in Turkey there is a good industry of ship production, but it is another case. So we see an arrangement chart of a vessel. In a vessel, there is a world because there are places for carrying the cargo, like number 3 and the others, and people are living there. People are staying there and carrying it, and whatever in your house, it is on board the vessel. Now we see the database of seagoing vessels. In the world, nearly 300,000 of vessels are sailing. And we take 3 of them, which is very near to us. Cargo vessel is about 30%, which means that 90,000 pieces in green color. Tanker is near to it, red color, 6%. And there is a big percentage of fishing, which we don't know much about, but in our life, fishes are always with us. So totally 300,000 vessels, we are in our waters sailing. Now we came to the point of about what is the values of these vessels, and which we look mainly for the carrying big vessels, and because of our finance business, we look to the 5-year-old vessel prices, which we also yesterday see these diagrams, because it is very sharp and we cannot face it easily. In 2008 and 2009, is very important years for the worldwide business and vessels shipments life, because everything changed suddenly in 1-2 years, which was a line for future. It was that everything was on top, everything was very fast, and as you see, going up is also very fast. And after those years, it has fallen. And from our side, to make it evaluation, of course, it is not easy to see the exact developments when you leave it. Now it is very simple for us to see what's happened, but when we compare and review those years, we cannot understand what was happening. Now the same figure, nearly the same, with the tanker changes in price, and suddenly, for example, a 150 million vessel became 75 million, which is in 1 year. And if you can imagine, if you have a 10 type of same vessel in the company, you became a suddenly disaster on the prices. And most of the Greek owners has more than even 20-25 same type of vessels, and this sharp falls make the life not easy for everybody. Now, as we said in the beginning, the shipping business is international business. We should not forget this, because a vessel cannot stay in the country, in the same vessel, in the same sea for a long period. So there are many international marine law regulations that trying to regulate this system as worldwide. One of them is SOLAS, International Maritime System. ISM code is very important, and giving the safety management, operation of ships, and pollution prevention, which is getting more important every decade about the pollutions and the disaster we face in the world, especially in the big disaster in the sea for petroleum platforms. So there is international rules. Besides that, there is a port state control mechanism. This is for each country's, each port regulation, but it is standard for all the ports, but carried out by the countries where the vessel berthed. The port control state officers go on board and check the vessel for healthiness, techniques, and the detailed checklist of their list. And even they cannot permit the vessel to sail from that vessel, from that port, if there is a main problem on board the vessel. After seeing these internationals, we came to the vessel now. Vessels has to have many certificates showing all their regulations, all their way of working, all their of flags, registration, and how it's operated. So all those certificates should be on board for sailing international waters. There are two important points for us also, that each vessel has to have insurance policy for vessel itself, hull and machinery, so that it protects and covers if there is any damage on the hull or the machine of the vessel, it is secured for itself. Then another important insurance policy is need for P&I, which means protection and indemnity for the damages given by for a third party, which can be port, other vessel, or crew of the vessel, or sometimes pollution to the water. So this policy is covering those damages made by the vessel to the third parties. Of course, with the vessel, there is a organizational needs for a vessel to operation. Besides the certificates, it is always every management, everything. The important point is the person. Human being is the critical for everywhere and organizations of the vessel also. There should be an owner who owns the capital and the responsibility of the vessel. There should be a management team making bridge between the vessel and the office of the vessel, operational and chartering or other. And there is another DPA. This is according to ISM regulations. This person is responsible for the vessel, but at the land, saying that about all the regulations and the techniques are okay for the vessel. Of course, each vessel has a crew, which is one of the main body of a vessel, because without a crew, none of a vessel can sail, and marine master is the top of the person on the ship, and chief officer and other crews that handling the vessel. Their training and their knowledge reflects the quality of the vessel. Of course, there should be a flag of a vessel and class associates that giving, completing. Besides of all these, now we are here for finance organizations and banks needed to run all these operations, because without financing you cannot do anything. And all financing companies nearly having some part of their reserve for seaworld. Regulations for the appraisal companies. The banks, credit institutions should work with the third-party companies. An appraisal company in Turkey must be approved by the Capital Market Boards, shortly CMB. Now we came to the point of our body of presentation, how we do the appraisal surveys. When appraisal survey company received instruction and appointed a surveyor on board the vessel, firstly he made a short meeting with the officer of the vessel, explained why he is there and what is the aim of his being there, and what will he need to do the proper and safe survey on board the vessel. During this time, he collects all the documents, main documents, not all the, that are critical for the vessel's safety and regulations, such as class certificates, port state control reports, crew list, vessel logbooks, safety equipment, so and so, then made these certificates and documents a list in the report, giving the name of the certificate, date, and validity date. If there is something irregular, specially mentioned in the report that what is the problem of this irregulation. After completing the checking the documents, the surveyor checked the vessel bridge, nautical equipments on board the vessel, also make a equipments list showing their brands, model, and general condition. If there is something irregular or missing, mentioned in the report. Also, it is very important that the master and the communication between the crew and the officers' engine room are important points showing the running policy of the vessel. Review the other publications and daily notes. For that, getting the observations, how it is handled, how are the equipment's condition. Of course, there is some the most important is structural condition of the vessel, to see the corrosion, hold condition, and every points of room of the vessel should be checked for physical, cosmetic condition and appearance to get the idea about the vessel. If there is cranes on board, it is checked, mooring, anchoring equipment, accommodation facilities for crew, maintenance, repairs, cleaning, and other registering points that on board the vessel control, so that you can see how it is run in a standard base or another way. For the safety of cargo, tightness report, water tightness reports, and ultrasonic steel thickness test reports are also requested from the vessel to see the safety of cargo from the water leakages. If we say brain to the deck, bridge, we can say the heart of the vessel is engine room, where all the engines and all the system of vessel is run. Also, we check the documents and certificates in this room, and the following how it is run, general condition of the engine and any leakages, any cleanness, and pumps, the other pipes were controlled. If there is any oil leakages, or it is protected very well. During our survey, we also reviewed all companies' management system, compliance with general marine industry standards, crew management, cargo and seaworthiness, so that we get the general idea of the company and the vessel with the actual findings. After finishing these actual findings and report, there is one more important work that appraisal company should do, basing the condition of vessel. The value of the vessel should be found. As yesterday said by all parties, it is not an easy issue to fix the value of a vessel, because sellers, buyers' view is very important and the market is important. And the condition of the vessel is important. So after all these, we put everything in a pot, and with using the price, cost, value additives, and we use sales comparison, income capitalization, cost approach. With the investigations and using these techniques, finally we reach a market value, which is not real in fact, but associated with the sale of exchange of the goods or service at the given time. Then it is real. Finally, I have to say that vessel appraisal standards in Turkey are incomplete with international standards. It should be everywhere because this business is international business, and everywhere, every place, it should be unique so that everybody can understand. It is not easy to determine exclusive value because of changes and market conditions, cargo movements. The market value of vessels can sharply change in a short period. Shipping and finances sectors are unique and complicated, so they should understand each other. They should sit together, agree, understand and work together to be successful in this sector. Otherwise, if there is a space between the parties, nobody can understand each other, and will be difficult life. Thank you very much for listening. Mr. Sharma.